In this video, we're going to review solving linear equations. Solving equations for x. So this first one is 2x equals 12. So what we're thinking about when we're solving these equations is 2 times what equals 12. That what is my answer. So 2 times what equals 12? Well, I know that that is 6. If I wanted to solve it algebraically, instead of just thinking about the answer, what I need to think about is the fact that if I'm thinking about 2 times what equals 12, that means that 12 divided by 2 is the what? So if I divide both sides here by 2, then I get x equals 12 divided by 2, so x equals 6. Number 8 here is very similar, but we have a negative 12 instead of positive 12. So 2 times what equals negative 12? Well, in order to get from positive to negative, I need to multiply by a negative number. So x needs to be negative 6. Or, if I think about my algebraic process here, 2 times what equals negative 12? That means that negative 12 divided by 2 is the what, or the x. So x equals negative 6. For number 9, now I have negative 2x equals 10. So negative 2 times what gives me positive 10. In order to make a positive number, multiplying a negative number needs to be multiplied by a negative number to get a positive. Negative times negative equals positive. So x has to be negative, and I know that 2 times what equals 10, that's going to be 5. So x is negative 5. In terms of my equation, I can divide both sides by negative 2. 10 divided by negative 2 is negative 5. For number 10, we have negative 2x equals negative 8. So if I'm multiplying something by a negative number and getting a negative number, that number must be positive. So x has to be positive 4. In terms of my equation, if I'm dividing both sides by negative 2, negative 8 divided by negative 2 is going to be positive 4. For number 11, x minus 4 equals 6. What number, if I take away 4 from it, is going to give me 6? That number is going to be 10. So 10 minus 4 equals 6. In terms of my equation, x minus 4 equals 6. In order to get x by itself, I'm adding 4 to both sides. So x equals 10. Looking at number 12, this one is x plus 4 equals negative 6. So what number, when I add 4 to it, is going to equal negative 6? Well, I have to be even more negative if I'm adding 4 and still getting a negative number. X would have to be negative 10. For negative numbers, adding and subtracting, sometimes it's helpful to think of temperature scales. So if it's negative 10 degrees and it warms up 4 degrees, it's going to be negative 6 degrees. So x plus 4 equals negative 6. To get x by itself, I subtract 4 from both sides, and I get x equals negative 10. Solving equations like this, you're always undoing things, so you're kind of doing the opposite to undo things. For number 13, we have x minus 4 equals negative 10. So going to my equation here, in order to undo -4. I add 4 to both sides. I get x equals -6. So if it's what temperature, and then it gets 4 degrees colder, and then it's -10 degrees, the original temperature must have been -6 degrees. Now we have some more complicated equations with multiple steps, where it's not as simple to just think about what the answer is, and solving algebraically is going to be a little bit more useful. So, when I have an equation like this, and I'm thinking about undoing my steps, what I need to do is kind of work backwards through order of operations. So I need to get rid of the 14 first by adding it to both sides of the equation. That gives me 6x equals 24. And then I get rid of the 6 by dividing both sides by 6. And I get x equals 4. For number 15, I have variables on both sides of the equation. So what I need to do here is get all of the x's on one side together. And I can do that by moving the 2x over. I move the 2x over by subtracting it. So since it's positive 2x, to move it over, I subtract 2x. 2x minus 2x is 0, or 0 x's. So that's gone. And then I have 16 left on the left. I have 2x on the right. I can divide both sides by 2. And I get x equals 8. For number 16, I have multiple things going on here. So again, I'm sort of working towards combining things that go together as I'm solving to make everything kind of go away. So 2x, I move it over by subtracting 2x from both sides. I get 2x on the left. It's gone from the right. So I have 2x plus 5 equals 27. Now I want to get rid of the 5 by subtracting it. Because it's added, I do the opposite. That gives me 2x equals 22. Go up here. And then finally, divide both sides by 2. 2 times what is 22? That thing has to be 11. Then we have this one with the parentheses. So here, what I need to do is get rid of the parentheses first. And I'm going to do that by distributing this minus sign. And I'm writing over my previous problem. I should have left a little more space, but that's going to be 8x minus 6x minus -3 is going to change to plus 3. Now, 8x minus 6x here, these are not on opposite sides of the equal sign. They're on the same side, so I'm just combining them. 8 minus 6 is 2, so this is 2x. You want to be careful with that. Make sure that you know whether you're combining things on the same side of the equal sign or whether you're moving something, like I am right now. Moving something to the other side of the equal sign is when you do the opposite. So I have 2x equals 6. 2 times what is 6? That's 3. And for the last question here, number 18, so many possible equations that you could come up with that have a solution of x equals 19. For example, I could say x plus 2 equals 21. I could say 2x equals 38. I could say 2x plus 2 equals 40. I'm sure you can think of more. There's infinitely many possible equations that would have a solution of x equals 19.